Hello and welcome in on this Wednesday. It's Dan Hardenbrook, glad to be back with you. Ready now to take a look at your latest local news from around the region. It is your Newberry News Update on M123 FM. Your local news today is brought to you by your two-time award-winning local newspaper of the year. It's the Newberry News. Let's check out this week's front page headlines. A new senior living complex coming to Newberry could help relieve the local housing shortage. The DNR is offering a free snowmobiling weekend coming up. The Curtis Women's Club recently raised over $1,300 for Marcy's Pantry. Meet the local man who's on the front lines of the Pacific Palisades fire and how wolves could soon be expanding across the eastern U.S. Those stories and more available inside this week's edition of your award-winning Newberry News. It's available now. In your latest local news this morning, a Newberry man has been appointed to serve on the state's Public Health Advisory Council. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has announced the appointment of Nicholas DeRusha to serve on the PHAC. DeRusha of Newberry is the current Director and Health Officer of the Luce-Mackinac Elder Schoolcraft District Health Department. DeRusha is also a member of the Michigan Center for Rural Health's Board of Directors, a member of the Northern Health Foundation Board of Directors, and the Treasurer for Helen Newberry Joy Hospital and Healthcare Center. DeRusha received his Bachelor of Science in Environmental Health and Safety Management from Ferris State University, has a Master of Public Administration from Northern Michigan University. DeRusha was reappointed as a member who represents local public health officials. His term begins and now runs through November of 2028. The Public Health Advisory Council was created within the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services following the recommendation of the Public Health Advisory Commission. The council will develop an action plan for implementing recommendations of the commission and is tasked with providing advice about emerging issues in public health while monitoring Michigan's effectiveness in responding through the public health system. You can get more information on DeRusha's appointment to the Public Health Advisory Council in today's newest edition of the Newberry News. The Newberry Area Ministerial Association and Feeding America have announced distribution dates for the local mobile food pantries for 2025. Feeding America has announced they'll continue to make monthly mobile food distribution visits to Newberry throughout the calendar year. All distributions will continue to take place at the God's Country Cooperative Parish Dunlap Center on M123 in Newberry. Distribution time will remain at 2 p.m. with lineups starting at 1 o'clock. You can get a full list of distribution dates in today's edition of the Newberry News. Feeding America's local food distributions are sponsored by the Newberry Area Ministerial Association. The programs are provided through fundraisers and generous donations. To donate to the cause and keep Feeding America distributions right here locally, you can send checks or money orders to the Newberry Area Ministerial Association. Just put Feeding America Mobile in the memo line. Checks can be mailed to NAMA at P.O. Box 443, Newberry, Michigan, 49868. The First Presbyterian Church in Newberry is getting ready for this month's free community fellowship meal. They will serve tomorrow from 5 until 6:30 at the church on West John Street in Newberry. Each and every month, the community is invited down to the First Presbyterian Church for a special community meal. This month's meal will be chili served with salad, corn dogs, and desserts. Everyone is invited to come for the dinner. Now, because the intention is to get to know each other better, no to-go meals are served. For more information, you can contact the First Presbyterian Church at 293-5631. The church, again, is located at 113 West John Street in Newberry. Highline Internet has announced January's Local Teacher of the Month. Highline Internet recognizing an educator from local districts throughout 2025. January's selection is Engadine Consolidated Schools teacher Erin Wheeler. She teaches first and second grade in Engadine, was selected as 2025's first Teacher of the Month from Highline Internet. Wheeler has worked at Engadine schools for 10 years, says she enjoys making a difference in the lives of students while watching them grow. Wheeler says she loves having former students return to her classroom as helpers during their high school years. Congratulations to Erin Wheeler, first and second grade teacher at Engadine, for being selected as Highline's January Teacher of the Month. I'm Dan Hardebrook. That is your latest local news this morning. It's your Newberry News Update on M123 FM. Your local news today brought to you by your two-time award-winning local newspaper of the year. It's the Newberry News. It's Wednesday. The latest edition of your award-winning Newberry News is available now. Time now to check in with sports this morning. High school girls basketball last night. It was a big battle near the top of the standings in the EUP Conference as the Newberry Lady Indians traveled to Brimley to battle the Brimley Lady Bays. Newberry's girls get the big win, 53-42. Lady Indians have now ran the record to 8-2 overall this season and have won 5 straight contests. Lady Indians will return to action after a busy week this week when they travel to take on undefeated Munising on Friday night. Varsity hockey action last night. The Manistee Emeralds varsity co-op met up with Sheboygan in St. Ignace. Chiefs controlled the early contest, leading 3-1 after one period of play, but the Emeralds rally back for the 5-3 victory. Newberry's Matthew Rahali scored in the contest. Carter Levine, senior captain and forward for the Emeralds, scored a pair of goals in the contest to set the new single-season record for scoring for Manistee with his 16th and 17th goals of the season. Emeralds varsity hockey in action again next week on Tuesday when they travel to Iron Mountain to take on Kingsford. Boys basketball action for you tonight. The Newberry Indians will be hitting the road. They'll be in Superior Central to take on the Cougars. That is going to be your feature broadcast game tonight with live video play-by-play coverage starting right around 7 p.m. That game can be seen live on the M123 FM and EUP Sports Network Facebook pages. The Engadine boys will welcome St. Ignace in for EUP conference action tonight. That's a 5:45 start time for the JV, with the varsity game to follow. Lions receiving good news as they get ready for their divisional round playoff matchup with the Washington Commanders. Running back David Montgomery is set to return as a full participant in yesterday's walkthrough practices. The top-seeded Lions are preparing to start their playoff quest. Montgomery is one of their top players all season long before suffering a knee injury late in the regular season. He totaled 775 yards and 12 touchdowns this season, plus was a threat out of the backfield in the passing game for Detroit. Lions and Commanders face off on Saturday night. A longtime key to the Green Bay Packers' success is stepping down. Longtime Packers quarterback coach Tom Clements has announced he's retiring. In his career with the Packers, the 71-year-old Clements helped groom, develop, and coach a trio of great Packer quarterbacks. It includes Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and most recently, Jordan Love. Clements working with all three of the quarterbacks for the Packers over the past couple of decades. He also spent time coaching with the Saints, Chiefs, Steelers, and Bills. Initially stepped away after the 2020 season, but returned at the request of Rodgers. Clements says that is ready to step away for sure this time. Your latest local weather forecast for the day today, mostly cloudy skies, gradually becoming sunny. Highs will be in the low 20s, southwest winds 10 to 15. Thursday, 50-50 chance of snow, cloudy, a high in the low 30s, west winds 5 to 10. Friday, 30% chance of snow showers, cloudy, a high in the mid-30s. I'm Dan Hardebrook. That's your latest Newberry News Update here on M123 FM.
Covering stories that interest the community, readers have come to depend on the Newberry News. Subscribe to the digital edition for early Wednesday morning access or get the print edition delivered to your doorstep. The Newberry News, your news and information leader.